Is it weird that I feel better when I'm by myself than when everyone else? Maybe the energy drains me like unbelievable wealth. In fact, sometimes I wonder if I'm strong enough to stop with all the help and finally help myself. Certain days I just want to do nothing, but the persistence in me drives me to my feet. I wonder what it would be like if opposite. But days go by and I find myself fighting this anger again. I'm starting to think that working for the man is wearing thin. But then I see that my 6 months is almost up. Time to seek a new occupation. Sometimes I think I'm being possessed by the name I won't say, but it rhymes with Aiden, spells the name Santa if you rearrange the letters within. Nevertheless, this is not a cry for help, just a notification for someone else, not to cross the drawn line and just treat me with kindness. But with that being said, welcome to Podcast Neutral, where everything is tangible. My name is Reckless. You guys can subscribe to me can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's called Reckless Podcast Neutral, RECKLESS Podcast Neutral. Pretty much today it's gonna be a little short. I'm just opening it up. Whatever the case is. If you guys want to catch up on, the episodes that I did before, you guys can catch up on it was on Facebook. My Facebook is Rex Less, RECKS, spaced out LESS. You guys can find me on Facebook. Y'all can catch up on all the other episodes that I did on Facebook. I'm just moving on to YouTube finally, whatever the case is. But pretty much, one day, me and the homie, we was talking or whatever the case is. Me and the homie Torch Mike. Shout out to Torch Mikes. He doing his thing. He's a rapper. He's doing it big. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of real shit he's talking. Not this stupid shit that these motherfuckers is rapping about nowadays. I mean, he's really like, he got this new single out. It's called Big Things. He got something else that he dropped, believe a few months ago. It's called Vibrations. He got a couple of things, Check him out. You guys can subscribe to him on Instagram and YouTube. It's Torch Mics, TORCHMICS, Torch Mics. So yes, definitely check him out, whatever the case is, But pretty much me and him, we was talking and everything, and he was telling me how, like, he realized that, that in a sense, my unconscious mind, it was like, kind of parallel and in sync with my conscious mind. And, we got to talking and everything like that. And we was just like, we was kind of parlaying about that. And it's like, we got to kind of, try to, I don't know how I do it per se, really. It's just something that I guess I practice without even knowing, but, he was telling me how, like, even when I was saying I was going to get my new apartment or whatever the case is, that, I stuck to it. You know what I mean? And the same thing with, me pursuing a relationship or anything like that. You know what I mean? He's like, I got a goal and a vision of who I want to be with, and I just won't settle for less, and if less come around, it's never gonna work out. You know what I mean? He was just pointing that out to me, and I was like, yo, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever you guys can digest, can take away from this, conversation I'm telling you guys about, then by all means do that. The message is in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But like, for the most part, man, like, if you guys tell yourself something, just stick with it. You know what I mean? Constantly put that thought in repeat in your mind. You know what I mean? So it's like, it can manifest itself into something greater or whatever it is, and yeah, that's pretty much, that's one of the conversations we had and everything like that. I also was talking to my cousin, and she was telling me how, like, you got to stay true to your promise. I mean, like, if you make a promise to yourself to stop messing with somebody, whether it be in a relationship or a friendship or whatever the case is, you know what I mean, then you got to stick by that. You know what I mean? Like, if that, whatever type of relationship it was, if it was, like, in any way toxic to you, You know what I mean? You gotta stick with that promise to yourself. And even when you think you got it down pat, the universe or whatever you believe in is gonna send that person or whatever situation that you guys are in is gonna send us another situation that's either similar or the same to you. You know what I mean? And it's up to you to divert that situation, you know what I mean? Get away from it or whatever. I mean, and really just keep that promise to yourself, because at the end of the day, if you backtrack on that promise that you made to yourself, then whatever happens after is going to be worse than what happened before. So it's like, yeah, stay true to your promise. But that's my time. I mean, I'm not gonna stay on here for too long today, or whatever the case is. Like I said, I'm just jumping back on to doing my podcast again. I had to take a little break from it. I'm back on, but this time on YouTube. Like I said, if you guys want to catch up on the other topics that I did before on the other episodes, y'all can send me a friend request, or I don't know if my page is private or not. Either send me a friend request or just look up my page, RECKS space bar. Hit the space bar and shit. LESS, Rex Less. I mean, that's on Facebook. I don't really have anything on Instagram, not really much, but yeah, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's kid _reckless 1024. So yeah, y'all can send me some friend requests or whatever. Follow me on YouTube. I mean on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube, Reckless Podcast Neutral. It's RECKLESS Podcast Neutral. Positive vibes, all that good shit. Tell a friend to watch this shit. And forward momentum. Get at me.